We begin with breaking news tonight out of West Baltimore, where a shooting at a cookout leaves one person dead, 6 others wounded.
Yeah, let me tell you how this all started. Police say the suspect walked up on the 2 cookouts, which were taking place on Edmondson Avenue, and just started firing into the crowd shortly after 5 this evening. Baltimore police say shell casings were recovered from 2 separate areas at the scene, indicating at least 2 people were shooting. That could be a second gunman or someone firing back. Both the Baltimore police chief and the city's acting mayor say they need the public's help identifying those shooters.
Someone knows something. When these things happen, they don't happen by happenstance. People know who's doing these shootings and who's targeting different people. And for people not to come forward and say who have done this, looking for retaliation, that's not the way to go.
And police still out traversing that scene tonight. They say it appears the man who was killed ran behind a nearby church and collapsed. As for the people injured, their conditions are not known at this hour. Investigators are trying to figure out why these cookouts were targeted.